Hey everybody, Greg Rice from Nexus Property Management. It is January, it is 10 degrees outside, and that means that the Rhode Island State House is back in full swing. All right. The legislature that we have recently elected is back in action. Okay. And they are bringing forth similar bills that we have seen and dealt with in years past. So, just a quick little synopsis, right? Legislature, 6 months, January to July. 6 months off. Okay, and during those 6 months, regrouping, strategizing, running their campaign, if they're up for re-election, talking to constituents, this and that. That's how it's set up. 6 months on, 6 months off, wash, rinse, repeat. So every year that comes around, you're likely to see bills that were previously introduced and did not pass. A lot of times they're sponsored by the same representatives or senators. So, last year we defeated rent control, and I believe there was only one sponsor on that bill, and it's not the end of it, is my point. Okay, maybe it had one sponsor last year, but maybe this year it's got 3. Maybe it's got 5, maybe it's got 7, maybe it's got 10, right? It can gain momentum and it could gain traction, especially if the districts are close with the reps or the senators or the constituents are talking to one another. It becomes a viable option, more publicly accepted, psychologically accepted, nationally implemented in some other ways. It can gain steam quicker than you think. So something like rent control last year was like, oh my God, this is socialism, right? This year rolls around, it could be, oh no, it's not socialism, but it's this, right? It's, the sting is already removed from last year when it first came out. It shocks everybody, but it's just human nature, right? The first time we're like, whoa. And then the second time we see something, we're like, whoa. And then the third time, we're like, whoa. And then the fourth time, we're like, okay, this is normal, right? Humans are pattern recognizers, okay? So what I'm telling you here as a landlord is to continue to stay active, proactive, reactive to what is being presented. And don't rest on your laurels. Yeah, we beat it last year. We got to beat it again this year. All right, just cause evictions didn't go through last year. This year, it could be repurposed. The bill could be restructured. It could have different supporters. It could get support from Senate President. It could get support from the Speaker. A lot of things can change to give it more legs and more juice. So, as a landlord, we have to protect and preserve our business because everybody has an opinion about our business. The whole world, right? Politicians, neighbors, insurance companies, bankers, contractors, all these people have an opinion about our business. They don't pay the mortgage. They don't pay the taxes. They don't pay the insurance. They don't pay the contractors. They don't cover the carrying costs. They don't pay for the evictions. They don't do none of that. None of that. But we have to deal with those opinions. We have to deal with these bills, and we have to be professional about it. You can't take these as personal attacks and respond with derogatory language. You can't respond with threats. You can't, you're not going to get anywhere with that. And as a group, right, we have to maintain our decorum and our professionalism that they've worked hard, right? Our top brass at Rhode Island Coalition of Housing Providers, they've worked hard to give us a voice, right? To give us a foot in the door, to give us connections to the local and state leaders, okay? They've done a good job at that. So we can't tarnish that hard work because once you tarnish that, once a group is blacklisted or looked at as unprofessional or low class, it's hard to rewire somebody's brain, especially a politician, to re-trust you or to reintegrate you. So it's important, and we're all a reflection of the group, whether you realize it or not. You could say, oh, I only own a 3-family, and you're on the Facebook talking shit, thinking nobody's paying attention. People are paying attention. When you say something, nobody might respond to it, nobody might like it, nobody might share it, but they see it, and it's got your name on it. So people are going to remember that, especially in a state like Rhode Island. So what's my point? My point is stay on top of what's happening, and the Facebook group is imperative. That's just a no-brainer. Number 2, you want to sign up for the emails. They do a great job of alerting you of what's happening, what's coming down the pike. Also saying, hey, can you come to this event? Can you be present? Can you speak? Can you submit testimony? All right. And third is showing up in person at the State House when it comes time to testify and say, hey, this is what I feel as a landlord. This is what I agree with. This is what I don't agree with. That is really the pinnacle of your contribution, is coming out, presenting yourself, clearly identifying in 3 minutes or less, I believe, your position, and making an impact, and making an impact with class. All right, you see stuff on TV, you see on the Fox News, on the CNN, the sparring and the talking heads with the gotcha moments. That's not how it is. That's not how it should be, rather, on the state level. Leave that to the big dogs. That's what they do. When it comes to this, though, that's not tolerated. You can't attack the elected officials, right? You can't make slanderous remarks. You can't attack their personal character, give them funny nicknames. That stuff's not going to fly. And it's not going to help us either. It's going to hurt us. And, when you go there, dress professionally, right? I'm wearing my best outfit. I'm wearing my Sunday best right now. So just keep that all in mind and reach out. All right. Shannon does a great job. Greg does a great job. He's got a good name. Greg, not me, Greg Weiss. I'm Greg Rice, not to be confused. I'm just a little bit more handsome than he is, so you can certainly tell us apart. And they're doing a great job of just staying on top of the ball. And now we're trying to get ambassadors that have relationships with the representatives. So certain districts have a certain ambassador from our group, Rhode Island Coalition of Housing Providers, so we have further communication. So we're continuing to grow, we're getting our voice heard and respected, and it's important that you, as a Rhode Island landlord, step up and do your part. Stop being a Monday morning quarterback and complaining about everything but doing nothing. You can't do that. That's not the way it works. So once again, Greg Rice, not in the bucket, your property and your future legacy managed.